Welcome back to Grief Inspired. My name is Catherine, but you can call me the Grief Lady because a lot of people do. And the reason why they call me the Grief Lady is because I deal with all things grief. And my goal is to help you understand how grief affects you, how it affects your life, and how it affects your interactions with the world around you. And the goal for all of us is to find ways to live a happier, more fulfilled life. And I honestly believe that no one should have to grieve alone. And that's why I do these videos. So today's video is a fun one, and I'm so excited. So this is a top 10 video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through the top 10 reasons why you shouldn't grieve alone. So not grieving alone is the corner piece and the centerpiece of Grief Inspired. The fact that grief is lonely in and of itself, and you shouldn't have to grieve alone. So let's jump right in and get to those top 10, and make sure that you wait all the way to the last one. Comment, tell me if you like the video, tell me what your thoughts are. If there's any of the reasons that I might have missed, let me know those as well. And who knows, maybe we need to make a top 15 or a top 20. Okay, so number 10. The number 10 reason why you shouldn't grieve alone. Well, if you are grieving alone and you're here, you found my channel. So take comfort in knowing that you absolutely are not alone, because you found me and I am not going anywhere. Number 9, support groups exist. So you shouldn't have to grieve alone. There are support groups everywhere if you look for them, relating to every type of loss. So if you've lost a spouse, a sibling, a parent, there are groups for all of those. And so find the group that fits. There's a lot of comfort in being able to sit with someone who understands the type of pain that you're going through. I really can't stress that enough. It's a huge, huge difference. Just that validation that, hey, what I'm feeling is normal, is a really big deal. Number 8. Support groups. If you don't want to go to a support group, you want to have more of a one-on-one, there's coaches and there's therapists. I personally am a coach, and I would be more than happy to speak with you. There are therapists who do an amazing job helping other people through the grief process, and I know a lot of them. So if you need help finding a therapist, I'll also help you with that. Let's see. One point I did want to make was that, if you do have insurance, finding a therapist really typically doesn't cost a whole lot. Therapists will often work on a sliding scale if they don't cover insurance. Therapists get into therapy because they want to help people. I coach people because I want to help people. So if you need it, if you want it, if you seek it out, it will come to you. Number 7, lucky number 7. There are people around you who care and who want to help. You shouldn't grieve alone because there are people who care. Now, I understand a lot of times it's not the people that we expect. It's not always the people who are closest to us. If you're grieving the loss of a child, it might not be your husband. It might not be your wife. If you are grieving someone else that doesn't know that other person, they might not be the right person. In my last video, I talked about how death and grief are so taboo. We don't know how to do with it. We don't know a lot of times how to deal with it. And so we say the things that we think we should say, we do the things that we think we should do, not really knowing whether or not they're helpful or hurtful. And honestly, a lot of times they hurt. So there are people around you, though, who do care and who want to help. So when they reach out to you, let them support you. Sometimes we have a hard time letting people support us because we think it's some sign of weakness, which is, in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. But I get it. So number 6, the number 6 reason why you shouldn't grieve alone is that loss and death happens to everyone. So we will all die at some point in our lives. We will all have people in our lives who will pass away. We will experience death. We will experience loss. It's universal. So there really isn't a reason to have to grieve alone, because at some point we're all going to experience it. There aren't as many people who want to experience it and who want to dig in as maybe there should be. And that's part of what my mission is here, is to educate everyone. Number 5, the 5th reason why you shouldn't grieve alone is because honestly, it's awkward for everyone. It's awkward for you. It's awkward for the people who are coming to see you, who are trying to help and don't know what to say and don't know what to do. It's awkward when you go back to work with employees or with colleagues who don't know what to say or if they should say anything at all. The whole process, not ideal for everybody. And you just have to embrace the awkwardness of it. And looking back, there's a laughability to it. There's things that will have happened that you'll look back and you'll laugh about. They might not be funny right now, but someday they will be. Number 4, you deserve support. You don't deserve to suffer. You don't deserve to be in more pain than you need to. You don't need to grieve longer than somebody else because of things that you've done or said or did or didn't do. That's the guilt talking. So you deserve support no matter who you are, no matter what happened, no matter what the circumstances. You deserve support. And if you don't know where to go, reach out to me and we'll work it out. Number 3, the number 3 reason why you shouldn't grieve alone is, oh my gosh, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to work with someone else and to be able to have somebody to talk to and say, you know what, this is just a shit day. And it happens, right? Or I was so angry, this happened and I was so angry. Now, a lot of times there's not, you can't say everything that you think to everyone in your life. So finding the right people makes the grief process far, far more easier. So find that right person. Find who can help you, who gets it, who's not going to judge you, who's going to be cool with whatever is you say or whatever you do. Number 2, the number 2 reason why you shouldn't grieve alone is it makes the process faster. I say it all the time. The grief process sucks. Nobody wants to go through it, but you don't have a choice. And if you're in it right now, you got to understand that. And the goal should be, I need to get through this. I need to heal. I need to figure it out so that I can get on the other side. You can absolutely choose to stay stuck in your grief. But if you wanted to do that, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening to my video. So even 8 minutes in. So let's get to number 1, because I want to wrap this up. I don't want my videos to be too long. Even though I can talk and I can talk and I can talk, because it's just, I'm so passionate about it. So the number 1 reason why you shouldn't grieve alone, can you guess it? Can you guess it? It's because we want to be happy again. We all want to feel better. Our lives are not going to go back to the way they were. We can't bring your loved one back. Unfortunately, we don't have that capability yet. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the right to be happy. And it doesn't mean that you have to be miserable for the rest of your life. You can find happiness again. It's just different. It's not the same. You can't go back to normal. It's a new normal. But you do deserve to be happy. And so those are my top 10 reasons why you should not grieve alone. Let me know your comments. Let me know if you liked this top 10 video. Let me know if you found it useful. And if you think that maybe there's anything that I missed on the list, write it down below and maybe I'll add it to my list.